How we doing today, man? I'm sure that you guys can tell by the title, whatever I titled it, that today wasn't really great, even though technically, if you look at my P&L, it actually was pretty good. A lot of frustrating stuff that I'm just disappointed with myself to do. If you guys notice here, my daily loss limit has been increased. That was not a mistake. That was intentional, and it should never be intentional. Days like today are days that make me want to quit YouTube. Not because of, or solely because it's annoying. I could be on the same journey that I'm on, trading and doing all that, and not post YouTube videos. And I could have a day like today, and I'll be the same person. I'm still the same person I am before. Right? I'm not any different, but I don't have to deal with any repercussion of anything. I can just go on about my day and try and come back and be better, just like I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna come back. I'm trying to be better, but I have to come on here and try and explain myself for different things, or try and talk about different things. So I'm not going to stop making videos because, as much as it sucks sometimes, this is my journey. And that was a commitment I've made, is to just show it, man. Even though it's annoying, even though it's frustrating, because I can just see, like today, looking at today in hindsight, like right after the markets played out, we took out yesterday's high just now. Yesterday's high right here, the equal highs. I was bullish coming today. I want to see this. I wanted to see this high as well get taken. And it's just frustrating to just be so silly, kind of, and just kind of trade bad, because it's so simple. And I don't care if anyone thinks that I know what I'm looking for, or if anyone thinks that I can ever do this. That doesn't matter to me. But believe me when I say I know. I know I can do this. I know I can. People are like, "Oh, well, if you knew what you're doing, you wouldn't do bad things, or you wouldn't take bad trades." Well, no. You know what? If you want to say that, you can say that. If I had a lot of experience and I was really, really good at, executing trades, I was really, really confident, then yeah, I wouldn't take bad setups. But saying that, knowing what to do and doing it is a completely different thing. So I don't believe anyone that says that, oh, you obviously don't know anything. I'm not here to argue. You can argue with the wall, because I know what I'm looking for in price action. And the first trade I took, this wasn't really a good trade. It wasn't really a bad trade. We had news coming out, and it was against my bias, right? I was bullish, but we put an SMT. We put an SMT there, and then we went short right around here. I actually went short right off the change in state delivery right here, because we changed the state delivery, up close candle, swept the high, SMT, change in state delivery, hoping and anticipating this inversion. So that was my trade. My stop was at the high. And I was holding for these lows, because even though I was bullish, I wanted to see these lows get taken down here before going higher. And this low right here would have been a scaling point, and it would have been a nice 57 points. It would have been a nice 2R. I don't think that trade's really that bad, but it's before news. It's against the overall bias. So it is bad, right? It's a trade that I shouldn't take. So I lost there. I lost like 23, 25 points, so I lost about $100 there. And I still wanted longs, and we ended up dumping, and I saw this 30-second inverse after taking out the high again. Thought about taking it, but I did not take it. I would get in right here. It was a really shallow close. And this trade would have made back all the money I lost, and would have... what's it called? It would have made back the money I lost, and it would have made me profit, right? It would have made me some profit. It would have been a nice trade. So I didn't take it. And at this point, we got the sweep of the low here. And then we end up coming into this a big fair value gap, kind of trading in it, making a high here. We sweep the high here, and then we inverse this. We inverse this 30-second and this 1 minute, and this was, again, just another trade that's just not good. Because, again, my narrative, my bias was bullish coming into today. I wanted those equal highs from yesterday. And why do I keep doing that? The equal highs from yesterday, right here, right? We made equal highs yesterday. This is a really strong draw on liquidity, especially when we've been selling off overnight. We put in the low. We're bouncing out of a 1 hour order block and a 4 hour fair value gap that we had been holding and respecting after respecting this, after just really, really bullish week, right? This is really, really bullish price action. We could be gearing towards these highs later in the week. That's not really my job right now. But at this point, right, we put in the SMT, we sold off. Then we had the news wick right there. And with the news wick, we almost took out this high here. And obviously we didn't get close to here, but we almost took this out. So this is even more confidence that we're going to go up and see London. I think this was Asia high or London high, and that we come back up. So then when we're on the lower time frame, on the 3 minute, even though that was my bias was going long, I jumped into a short right here and lost another 100 around here, or a little bit less than 100. And this trade just wasn't that good because, you know, besides targeting down here, like, yes, if it hit the target, it would be profitable trade. But why was I looking for that, right? Why was I really looking for that setup? That's just me saying I think it's going to go long, but I think that I can win on both sides, and that's just trying to get greedy. I was already down on a loss, so you just start, you know, focusing on just trash quality, right? This isn't high quality. Just getting into this short just because, you know, maybe it's going to keep going lower. It's just not good, and we don't even hit this break-even point. It wicked, and then stopped me out. And my whole plan was to go long anyways. So then, this is where, you know, we shouldn't have continued trading. I should have taken the losses. They weren't good losses. I don't like the trades. Not just because they didn't work. But at the same time, I say that, but if they did work, I'd probably say they were great trades, right? Or I'd probably critique some of them, but I probably, you know, I don't think that they're A+. I don't think that they're really an A setup, but they're B minus, B+, right? I think they're in the B category for a trade. Because this isn't horrible, right? We took out these two highs, we inversed down lower. If we were bearish, it would have worked, right? But it was against my bias. That was the part that was more frustrating than anything, is that I didn't have a super bearish bias. I didn't have super bearish confluences. We had a data wick here after news. This was 10 o'clock, the 10 o'clock candle. So we had a data wick. And after we inverse this is the trade, the first trade I took, and I'll pull that one up right there. Yeah, this one, here, let me get it. Where is it? Okay, here it is. I have this trade here. So, or that's not it. That was for later. Wait, is that it? Did I start recording this late? Do I not have? Huh. Do I not have this trade? What the heck? Oh, okay, wait. It might be here. It might be in a different spot. I apologize for that. Put it in a different spot. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. So we have this trade here. And we got in right when we closed above, a little bit after the fact. And we got in with 4 micros because I was down 195. I shouldn't lose more than 200 a day. I really shouldn't. I shouldn't take more than 2 losses. But I finally got the setup that really looked good, that I really liked. Waited for the order block to close above. I just really like this. I really like this inverse. I really like this order block close. I got in before the order block closed, I think. I got in on this candle, but this confirmation was nice. I was risking 300, so I was going to be down 500. And again, there's no reason to believe me, but I really did, and I don't know if I believe myself, but I really did think I was going to be done for the day if I lost. And I really hope I would be, because 500, you don't want to lose 500, but you can come back from that, right? You can come back from that. You can't, I was going to probably only lose really 400 on the day because I just had that as a loose stop. But you can't come back from $1,000. You can't come back from a blown account. So I really hope that I was being honest with myself, telling myself that. But again, I don't even trust myself there if I would have. But again, my plan was if this one went south to just wrap it up. But who knows? Again, who knows? But that being said, this trade I almost did very well on it. And what I mean by that is that we had opportunity a few times that right here, we were up $240. We could have closed it, had a little profit on the day, made back the loss that we didn't really like that we took. And look, I could have taken my stop bet. I was like, you know what? Like, this is a good trade. This is a good trade. So regardless of the fact that I was doing dumb stuff before this trade, it didn't change the fact that it was a good trade, and I have to treat it the same. Even though I was down, I could have cut the trade here, been break even on the day. But I was thinking to myself, hey, like, this is a good trade, right? Let it play out. This is a great setup. The 5-minute just closed great, right? We just had a lot of displacement to the upside. We're, all these different things. I'm like, this is great. Just let it play out. Let it run to the $404. That would make me $200 a day. And just be happy with that. And I could have closed and it started coming down. I'm up 100. Oh, do I just, do I want to really lose on this trade when it was up? It gave me a chance, right? Sometimes it feels like the market's giving you a chance to not be, not be dumb, right? I was down 200. I shouldn't have been trading. But it was like, here's the chance. Don't be dumb. And it felt like I kind of gave that chance up. And I was like, you know what? This is still a good trade. We have the 2-minute fair value gap here. We have this order block down here. We have a 5-minute order block. We had so many things holding price that could just push us up. We gave ourselves room to breathe on the stop. And in terms of just if this was our first trade, $200 is not the biggest risk, especially with 4 micros. So then it comes down, it taps the order block, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. This is a nice reaction. It's up 90. It's up 100. I could just be down 100. That's what's going through my head. Do I just close it? Is it giving me a chance to get out of the market? Is that what it's doing? I don't know. And then I was like, cool, but let's see how this 1 minute plays out. Let's see if we get an inverse. And we do. We get a great inverse. And then we get a 30-second inverse as well. And it's up $270. I could be up profitable on the day. I could be profitable at $50 after, losing bad trades. And I was like, am I being greedy? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold it. This is a great setup. This is a great trade. It should work, right? It should work. So it's crazy that I hold my trades better. Even though I held my trades today, I didn't have a problem holding my trades. I took 2 trades, and I took 2 losses. I took 2 stop outs for $100 each. Like, I didn't not hold my trades. They just didn't go in my favor, so I didn't have a chance to hold the runners. Today I held this trade. I held it. It came up $300, came down to negative again, and then went back up $300. And I sat there, and I didn't just close because I would have been break even on the day after a frustrating day. So I can draw happiness from that. I can draw being excited about that because right there, right now, live time on this trade, it was up $270. I was only down 200. I would have been up 70. So I didn't do that, and I had my plan and then I started doing the math. And the data high was only about another 5 points away. So I was like, you know what? 5 points times 8 is $45. It's $44, right? Around there. So if I just let my trade play to the data high, which is the setup I'm taking, is towards data high, or if I left to London high or previous day's high, I would have made a lot more money. But instead of doing that, or because of that, I was like, you know what? I could have a $250 day or $240 day. So why wouldn't I do that if that's the setup? And then I'll just drag my stop. And that's where I got a little bit greedy because I should have just been happy with a $200 day because I shouldn't have been trading, right? I shouldn't have been trading. But it was looking good. It was looking like this was gonna be moved. It was gonna be nice, efficient. We had the pullback. We had another inverse setup. We made an order block. We're doing good. Candles are pretty good. So I was happy. I was up $300. I could be up 100 on the day if I just closed the trade. But I was like, why would I do that? So I'm really honestly looking at this trade, looking at the review. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. I'm not happy with taking another trade after 2 losses. I'm not happy with increasing my size after 2 losses. But I'm overall happy, right? I'm overall happy with this trade, this one specifically. And it's unfortunate that I have to get to a point where I'm down so much to where I'm like, my back's against the wall here. I can't get out of the trade early, because if I got out of the trade early, I'd be down money. And I don't like to lose. That's one of my biggest problems trading. So it's kind of interesting how when I'm down money and I'm trying to make that back and some, I'm like a whole different animal. If this was my first trade of the day and it was up $200, I'd probably close it just for the $200 day. Or if it was up $100 and I was, who knows? I probably would have moved my stop to break even on this trade on the first push up, and I would have been stopped to break even. So I'm really, honestly happy with this, but it's unfortunate that my back has to get against the wall. And this is where I end up, kind of hurting myself here. At this point, I did commit to where I wasn't going to lose. So I trailed my stop to this order block because we retraded to it and we were pushing higher. And then I traded my stop to here, so 290. And then we get to the target I needed. We got to the target, but it kind of goes quick. So this blue line was where the $400 needed to be, where I needed the $400 to get the $200. I drew in a blue line. That being said, I drew the blue line there, and I move it higher because, it's just 4 points. It could hit the blue line, rip 4 points, and that's $44 extra dollars. Again, it might not sound like anything, it might not sound like much, but that's $44 extra dollars that I make, right? That's $44. 44 more bucks closer to building a buffer, $44 closer to whatever, right? It's just 44 more bucks at the end of the day. And I was like, cool, this is the blue line. I just need a few more points. If it runs above it real quick, then that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to drag my stop. If it hits here and kind of gets in between, I'm going to have my stop there so that I guarantee $200 a day. So like we do here, we end up waiting again. So we'll just go back to that part. And it runs up. I trail my stop. I'm locking in profit on the day. I'm locking in here. I'm guaranteeing myself at least like $80 of profit, $90 profit. And then here I go in and it fills me a little bit lower because it snapped down and filled me a little bit lower. So I only made 193 on the day. And you might be thinking, wow, that's great, right? Wrong. This is where the prop firms are built to do this to you. I'm not blaming the prop firm. I'm blaming myself. It's on me. I end up getting the $200, but we instantly say, oh my gosh, we just need 7 points. Or what do you need? $7. You need 4 points on one micro contract. So you shouldn't just get back in, but there was almost no way, there was almost zero chance that I was ever ending the day at $193. And that's unfortunate, but it's the truth. The truth is I was never going to be able to walk away from a potential $200 day that was $7 away. So I just get in, and that's all I need. I just need to go back up to that wick that I just made. And I was like, that's it. I put in a stop loss. I didn't really think it was going to get hit. I put in a stop loss just in case it dumps 100 points out of nowhere, right? But I was like, surely we can hit this. Surely we'll just go up a few more points, right? And I'll have the $200 day. And it goes up. And I was like, great, right? This is great. It felt like the $200 day almost felt like the first time passing a funded account was kind of what I was putting on, like a little pedestal in my head. Oh my gosh, $200 day. Now I only would need 4 more, and then I could maybe get a payout. And that's exactly what I was trying to fight and not do, which is worry about the payouts. But when you get to $193, it's just almost impossible to say, hey, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care about the $200 day. Like I can be all big and bad and say I don't care about the $200 day as much as I want. But if you're at 199 or you're at 190 and you're like, oh, I don't care about the $200 day, you're a better man than me. And I need to get to that point because the $200 day should not matter to me because there's always tomorrow. There's always another day. There's always another opportunity. At this point now, I'm $35 away. And this is where I started just being dumb. I thought the data high is going to definitely get hit. I only need $7. Now I need $35, and I get in with 2 contracts when we get this inverse. And if it hits the data high, I'm set. All I need was this inversion right here on the 32nd to play out and hit that high. It's something that I could do so many times, and it starts moving. And I was going to go break even this high, and we never get it. And then we ended up losing 50. So it was just like, it was just frustrating because, we didn't need to. Right? That's the underlying thing, is that we just didn't need to do it. The first attempt, sure. But after we lose the first attempt, maybe just call it a day. Take 165 and be happy with it. But yeah, we just didn't do that. And it ends up stopping us out here. And now we're down to $125, which is just really frustrating. But we just waited and waited. And then I end up taking this setup right here to the high and end up getting the $200 day. I end up holding for this high instead of just getting to the 200 because, why not? Why not do the right thing finally? So it ended up working out for us, right? We end up getting the last, did we? I think we held. We either took profit this high or around here, but it ended up working out, right? That's the summary of today. Is I ended up working out, but it didn't have to, and it wasn't guaranteed to work out. So I get to have the $200 day. I get to have whatever, but I can't sit here and be proud of it. Really, I can't really be proud of it. It's disappointing because I can see these trades. I can see what I need to do. And then I take this. I take a setup here. I take a setup here. And then, instead of leaving my take profit to where I could guarantee myself the $200 day, I try and get the extra $44. It ends up making $7 less. And then I'm, over trading to try and get that little bit back, jumping in here. But like I said, I can sit here and say I don't care about the $200 day all I want until I'm faced with a $7 decision, which is, do we walk away $7 away? Because at the end of the day, again, these things are designed to do this. It's how they get traders the bust, is because when you're sitting there and you're thinking about a $200 day, that $7 that you are away, the 193, when I'm $7 away, it's not $7. It's a whole day that you have to make $200, which is not easy for me. It's not easy yet, especially because I want to trade 2 micros. Now that I have my second account, that's my goal size. Today I went above that, and I shouldn't. But my goal is to trade 2 micros, and it's not every day that you're going to get $200 day. It's not every day that you're going to have a winning day. So when you're so close to having that winning day of $200, it's just very easy to say that you don't care until you're in that position. And it's also very easy to think that you can just get that 3-4 points and that, everything's going to be fine. Because if I would have got in and just ripped up and I got my 3-4 points, and we wouldn't even be really talking about it too much. I would have mentioned it, but I wouldn't have been so focused on it. So my point being today is today gives me proof that it does work, that trading works, right? Trading works. It's something it's my mindset that has to change. This is my worst day on my Express account. By far, it pains me to have to come on and make this video and embarrass myself, and embarrass myself, right? But if we look at the market today, it was super, super good, right? Super, super good. We swept out these lows right here. We end up putting the data high in. We end up getting an inversion here and here. We trade back to that fair value gap. If you didn't get the first one, this inverse setup right here was better because we were delivering from the order block. We had already inversed everything. We had displacement to the upside. We got a better inversion right here. And then you could have held to data high and to Asia high right here, the Asia high. And then if you want to hold to the overnight highs, we even had this setup that was amazing here. So we had a lot of great opportunities today in the market. Great opportunities. This one here never even goes really against you. Never goes against you. You hold, you get 34 points, and then you hold here, you get 100 points. Banger trade right here, right? We sweep this low. I wonder if we have an SMT. We might even have an SMT here at 1052. 1052. 1052. We don't have an SMT. We do sweep out the same low, but we trade back into that fair value gap. Right here, we trade back into this fair value gap, and we get nice displacement, right? This was displacement lower. This was displacement through that. Nice. This is a perfect V shape. And then it runs perfectly, just straight up 90 points, right? And these are the trades, right? These are the days. This is the equal highs. This is the objective for the day. Day is done after this, right? We might get some more stuff. Day, in my opinion, should be done here. I had a bullish bias, really from top down analysis. We came down at 10, swept the 9 a.m. candle, right? We swept both sides of it. We put in a data high. We're delivering from this order block. We're delivering from this 4-hour fair value gap. We had again these sweeps with these relative equal lows. We displacement back up, more displacement. We trade down to the order block, right? A beautiful, beautiful day that I threw away because of my inability to just wait, to be calm, wait. And yeah, I'm not going to try and sit here and make a bunch of excuses or any excuses. I'm not going to sit here and tell anyone what they should or shouldn't think about me, because I don't care in the slightest bit. If you guys think I'll never succeed, cool. If you think I will succeed, I appreciate that. But I know I will succeed. I know I will make money trading. I know it, right? I know it. So, yeah, so I'm not worried, right? It's frustrating to make mistakes. It's frustrating to do the wrong thing. It makes you feel bad. It makes you feel like a bad person. I have to remember that I'm not a bad person. I just do bad things trading sometimes. We've had good days on this account. I'd say the majority of my trading days have been pretty good on this Express account. But we had to get that number to 90%, 100%, right? Because there's no reason that we can't perform at 100%, right? It doesn't mean we're going to have 100% winning. It doesn't mean we're going to have 100%. It doesn't mean we're going to have 100% wins. It doesn't mean we're going to have 100%. Why am I blanking? It doesn't mean I'm going to have a 100% win rate. That's never what I'm looking for. I'll never be looking for a 100% win rate. It doesn't mean that I'm going to have 100% where I know where the market's going to go, but I can always have 100%. I can always give 100% to where I follow my rules every time, where I hold my trades right every time. And until that number gets to 100% of the time, and it's not there yet, until it gets to 100% of the time, I'm performing suboptimally. I'm really putting. I show up every day and try, right? I may make a mistake, but it doesn't mean I'm not trying. It doesn't mean that I'm wanting to. It doesn't mean that I'm giving up. It doesn't mean any of that, right? And I think that's the thing that you have to learn too when you're trading. And that's why I like making these videos, to show you guys what it takes to keep showing up, right? That's hard. That in itself, I'm proud of myself to just keep showing up every day, to keep trying, because that's hard. It's not easy to show up every day. It's not easy to fail and fail and fail. And that's why I'm never going to stop posting these videos, even though it pains me to make this video and come on the internet and be just an embarrassment to myself, right? Just to be an embarrassment, to admit that I'm not perfect, to admit that I'm not good at trading right now, to admit that I had a bad day. It's not fun. But the reason why I'm going to keep making these videos is because all you can do is keep trying. All you can do is keep trying to get better. And I know, and I know that once I can get my performance to 100%, and at worst, because everyone's still going to have bad days, even if you're perfect, even if you're making money trading. So if I can get that number 99, 98, 95, 100, 95%, man. If you can follow your rules 95% of the time, and then on that 5% that you don't, if you can stop yourself at you want to risk 200 in the day, you stop yourself at 500, or you only blow one account, right? When you have that horrible day, you want the horrible days to get better each time, right? Horrible days, they need to be better, right? And today's, right, wasn't better, but I just needed to move that number. Right now I'd say 60% of the time I follow my rules, 60% of the time I have good days, but that other 40, that's a big percentage. 40% where I don't follow my rules, that's a big percent. But every day I can wake up and try and get that number closer to 100. Because what that will do is when it does reach that 100%, I'll be flying, man. I'll be flying. I'll be making money. I'll be doing well. I'll be doing well, and I know that, and that's why I keep showing up, is because I know the process. I know what I can get if I do it. I just know where it can take me. I'm excited for that, and I think this camera's off, and I'm excited for that, man. I'm really excited for it, right? I love trading. I love showing up. I love learning. And I'll never be too proud to admit when I'm wrong, when I did the wrong thing, when I could do better. I'll never be too good for that. But I can see it, and I know that when I get my discipline down to 100% of the time, if I can just get a week, right? If I can do a week where I don't break my rules, and then I can do a second week, a third week, fourth week. If I can get a month, if I can get 4 weeks where I don't break my rule one day, I really believe that will be it. That'll push me over, and I'll be free, right? Hopefully, that's what it feels like. But I've never been able to do 4 weeks in a row. I've never once since I started trading been able to follow my rules for 4 weeks in a row. And that's my goal, right? That's a small goal. You set goals, you achieve them, right? I had a goal to pass a funded. I did that, right? Maybe not the best way ever, but I did it, right? I got better. I've improved in trading. So now my next goal is to have 4 weeks in a row of discipline. Doesn't mean 4 weeks of payouts, doesn't mean 4 weeks of profits. It just means 4 weeks where I do the right thing and follow my rules. And that's the next step for me. That's why I came on. That's what I want to talk about today. That was the review today. That's what happened, man. That's life. And I'm sorry if I let anyone down. I'm sorry if anyone's frustrated. But today's a good day, man. I'm gonna be able to hit the gym later. We get our market recap. We made our video, and we had a $200 day, man. Let's not, the world isn't over, right? I'm very fortunate to be alive. I'm very fortunate and blessed, even though sometimes trading can get frustrating, can make you not like yourself. But at the end of the day, I'm a person. I'm not, the market's just money, right? This is just money. This isn't a reflection of you or what you're worth or what you're, this isn't you, man. Separate trading from life, man, because trading isn't life. Trading is just some money, right? It's just money. That's all it is. These candles, these things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When I put too much emphasis on trading and I forget about everything else that does matter in life, right, I think it makes me trade worse. I'm focused on money. I'm focused on this, that, the other. I just got to remember that at the end of the day, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If I ever make $1 trading, it's not gonna change the value of me as a person. It's not gonna change you as a person. It doesn't matter. If you never make $1 from trading, you could be a great person. You could be better than someone that makes $1 million trading, right? This doesn't define you. This doesn't define your self-worth. And never let it make you feel down on yourself, right? Because there's trading, there's life, right? You have a bad day trading, but you have a great life, right? If you woke up this morning, you're very blessed. If you wake up and you're able to trade, you're very blessed. So that's the thing I always try to tell myself, because sometimes it gets frustrating. I can keep the bad day and merge it into my life, and it's like I messed up trading, man. It's just money. I just got a little greedy, right? Let's work on that. Let's reflect. Let's get better as a person, and we'll come back better on the charts. That was the last thing I wanted to say, because my first feeling today is just frustration. I felt dirty. I felt gross. I felt bad. But at the end of the day, man, it's life. We just get better and better each day. And again, it's just trading. I was going to talk about it at the beginning of the video if I didn't have such a good video to talk about today, but it is the GOAT's birthday, Cristiano Ronaldo. 40 years old, man. It makes me feel that's sad. That is sad. 40 years old, Ronaldo, bro. That man was my hero growing up. So that's crazy. Just wanted to shout him out because he's a beast, man. I would rather be, man. I would love to be like Ronaldo, man. He's just amazing. That was my hero growing up, man. It's just crazy to think that man's 40 years old. That makes me just, it's just crazy, dude. I don't know. That might just be crazy for me. I don't know. You guys might not even know who he is, but like, it's just crazy, dude. If you don't know who he is, he's a soccer player for my favorite team. Used to play there, in like 2009 to like 2018. But I watched him mainly from like 2012, 2018. He's just a beast. He just scored a ton of goals. He was just great. But back then, it's like you never think it's going to end. You never think it's going to end. I remember when he left my team, but he still was youngish. You know, he was like 30s, under 30 when he was at my team, and in 2012, whatever. And it's like now he's almost done playing, man. It's like he's old. Like he plays in a bad league, and like it's just like it just makes you realize that this life is so quick, man. And then, you know, in 50 more years, people aren't even gonna, you know, they might mention him every once in a while. Oh, you know, the top scorer of all time, or he did this, he won these Ballon d'Ors. He was people. You get forgotten, man. And that's something I saw recently on TikTok that was like, wow. It's you know, when a president dies or you know, like these famous people, it's like we talk about them for a week, right, or a day, and then the next day everyone does their own thing, and that's why you should just go after what you want. That's why I'm trading, because I know it's something I want to do. I know I can do it, and that's why I'm not going to give up on myself, because at the end of the day, if I don't go after what I want, if you don't go after what you want, it's not going to matter, man. And no one cares, right? No one cares. Just do what you want, do what makes you happy, try and be a good person, try and do better each day, and, you know, life's short, and it's not going to, you know, even the successful people aren't going to do much for you. Just be a good person. Tell someone you love them, and just have a good day, man. Long video. I apologize, but felt good. Felt good to talk, and hopefully there's some value for you guys. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.